Well, here I am on my Pelican Getaway, rigged up for a day of fishing. Got a crate on the back, a bunch of rods and reels, and I'm going to start the day with a topwater lure. This is a Super Spook Junior, which is real nice before it gets too choppy out there. The retrieval technique I'm going to use is called walking the dog, which only works if you got braided line on your reels, and usually results in some kind of exciting reaction from the fish. Oh, man, that gets me every time. Guys, today I'm going to talk about what I use to catch fish. Or scare them sometimes only. Here I throw that lure out in very shallow, very calm water. I can throw it really far, which is nice with that light braided line. And I'm really retrieving it with the twitches in the rod. The reel is just taking up the slack. Anyways, the fish really seem to like it. Oh, hell, he just crooked me off. Right here, too. How'd that happen? Golly, that was a nice fish. That was a nice lure, too. Fortunately for me, I decided to loiter in this spot a little bit longer, and that floating lure got spit out by that big fish that I had hooked. I see it. Right there. There's my lure. I'm assuming it's not attached to the fish anymore. Whew, I'm still freaking giddy. Right there. Now, had that been any other kind of lure, it probably would have sunk to the bottom and been lost forever, which in this case would have been pretty terrible because there was a lot of line attached to it. Spook Junior. I replaced the hooks with singles. Yeah, I really like that lure, and I can't always find it in the stores, so I'm glad I got it back. Let me retie, I'll be right back. I also really like having my bag of tricks right behind the seat where I can easily reach them. Let's see what I got in here. Got some pliers, long nose, some of that, some of this. There you go. These little boomerang cutters are perfect for braided line, and I just lost a whole bunch of braided line. Heavy fish. I'm gonna bring that back home and burn it. One of the things I'm gonna do is check my eyes, because sometimes you can have a jagged eye. Speaking of jagged eyes, I'm using the magnifiers because I want to figure out why exactly I lost that line. A little crack in your eye can turn it into a knife. Seems okay. I wonder if the line didn't accidentally get around the keeper there and break me off. Well, I'm gonna re-rig. Well, I tied that lure on and the morning turned into afternoon, so I headed out to deeper water. And out here very recently, I was reminded why it's very important not to leave fishing line behind, because not only fish, but birds sometimes can get caught up in it. Pelican over here acting weird. This pelican had definitely run afoul of somebody's fishing line. It was heavy braid with a big bait hook. He probably swooped down and got himself into some trouble, and I knew I just had to do something about it. Man, go around the other side. The way the wind's going, I'll lose my kayak. As I approached this bird, I tried to talk really calmly, hoping he would relax. I want to help you. These are big, powerful birds, and they have a hook on their beak and can hurt you. Oh yeah, you got fucking fishing line on you, dude. Got a hook in your mouth? This guy looked like he was pretty tired, though. I assume he'd been there for a while. Alright, gotta help this fucker. Help you or kill you? Which one is it? Can I help you? Shut up. A towel or something. My pliers and those little boomerang tools that I use for cutting braid were going to come in very handy, but just as handy would have been a big towel that I could have put over the bird's face to keep him calm and to keep me safe. Alas, the only thing that I had on me was the shirt off my back. Jeez, I need a tan. I mean, someplace other than my arms. This poor bird was tethered to the oyster bed, and as much as I didn't want to do this, I knew I couldn't live with myself if I didn't try.
Easy. Stop it.
The bird definitely calmed down a little bit once my shirt was over his face. If you see, I've got a finger inside of his mouth, which keeps his beak open, because if you clamp their beak shut, they won't be able to breathe. It took a lot of doing, a lot of cutting. I mean, he had braid wrapped around his right wing there pretty bad. But eventually, I was able to cut all of it away and release him back into the water. What a relief it must have been to be able to move around again. Well worth losing a shirt. Anyways, back to fishing on the Pelican Getaway. How appropriate, huh? It was now afternoon, and there was a light chop on the water, and the water was a little deeper out here, so I had switched to a jig head with a soft plastic. In order to allow the plastic to the bottom, I had long pauses in between. You can see I'm just like really being lazy on my retrieve. It seemed to be the best way to get a bite with this lure on this particular day. Well, I finally came up to a deep spot, and the weighted jig head with the soft plastic did the trick. This tricksy fish had me thinking that he had swallowed my lure, engulfed that, didn't you? Which wouldn't be good for him, but he was just playing around. Hey, nope, good. That was weird. He wasn't keeper size, I don't think. Even if he was. There you go. That's for working the bottom. I do like trout for dinner, and had that guy been a little bit bigger, I probably would have thought of taking him home with me and been sad that he got away. Let it sink, bounce it, catch a fish, bring it home and eat it. This spot definitely had fish in it, but I had to cast into the wind, which was difficult with that light jig head and plastic bait. No worries, I just switched to a different lure. Well, the wind started picking up, so I started throwing the Mirrodine. And you gotta have patience and let it sink before you pull it back up. And I got something to bite it. What is it? Woo-hoo-hoo. It's taking drag, which is nice. Got me going in circles. Man, oh man. Reminds me of the way the jacks fight. I see a lot of silver color. I just think it's a big trout. Oof. Maybe? I think it's a big trout. Good to have a net on board for these good fish, you know. So far today I have hooked fish with all three lures, working the top, the middle, and the bottom. That is pretty neat. Come on, guy, get tired. It's a nice fish, but he's gut hooked. That's why it feels like he's so big. There you go. That's a nice fish. Yes, it is. Let's see, what have I got back here? Lip grippers. Back in the day when I was obsessed with catching fish, I always had lip grippers, always had a net. I still bring pliers with me every single time because I don't like getting hooks in my hand. That is a fatty right there. Yep, that definitely was a nice looking fish, and that last one had me thinking with my stomach. So I put him on a stringer, and tonight's dinner was going to be brought to you by Mr. Mirrodine. Thank you, Lore, and thank you, Pelican Getaway, for providing food and entertainment. Well guys, the sun is getting low, the day is getting long. I've caught a lot of fish today, which is really neat. And I hope you guys enjoy these fishing videos where I come out and I show you the gear that I use and why I use them, like the top water for the top and the Mirrodine for the middle and the soft plastics for the bottom. It really is the recipe that gets me the most action, the most fish, the most fun. And as long as I'm having fun, I'm going to be sharing with you. And take care of your line, would you? And pelicans, they need your help sometimes. Catch you later. See you on the next one. Everybody went home. I like that. Fish my way back. Oh, whoa. Save that for the next episode, Marty. Peace.